So, hello, we're Rhumbix. We're a tech startup based out of San Francisco. We're a mobile SaaS platform that builds innovative solutions for the construction industry. Yeah, so I'm Eric. I'm a product designer up there.
I'm John. I'm a software engineer on Rhumbix.
I'm Jonathan, software engineer as well.
Dylan, software engineer.
Alright, so here at the AEC Hackathon, we decided to tackle this problem, which is a problem that we've been witnessing out of the construction industry for the last year or so, that we've been up and running. So we realized that reporting is extremely tedious, inefficient, seldom accurate. The data sets aren't well integrated, and they're actually not even used that often anyways. There's a huge lack of communication in the field between the workers and the field office. Oftentimes the workers only communicate whatever happens out of the job site at the end of the day. So what we decided to do is try to provide some real-time visibility and insight into what's happening out there with the workers, trying to tie it in with a little bit of environmental health and safety aspect as well. And we're trying to gather as much sensor data as we can from things that workers already have on their person, right? So phones, maybe even wearables, and potentially something else that might be coming up down the pipeline.
So this weekend we built we call Game, and what it does is a mobile solution that will record a bunch of different data sets out in the field, like the motion and accelerometer, gyrometer data out in the field, along with allowing the user to report notes at different geolocations and attach pictures with that. So this would be data that is seen live on a web app that you can see as people post pictures and notes at different locations, and go back and see the historical data with injury reports and stuff like that.
So the technology stack, we have a web app that's hosted on Heroku, PostgreSQL, and the front end's written in D3.js, 3.js, and some jQuery and vanilla CSS JavaScript. We're accessing open APIs to gather all the weather information to get real-time data about when a picture or a note was taken, what were the weather conditions at that point in time. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do a quick little demo here and show you what we built.
And then, pardon my interruption, guys. Is there a URL online that the judges can get?
We can give that to them after.
Yeah.
Drag the tab out of the window and then pop back in here. Chrome does sometimes this.
Sorry, what did you say?
Drag the tab out of the window and then pop back in again. Oh, never mind.
Cool. Get a little bit. Sorry about this. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Cool. So what you see here is action reports that were reported by workers throughout the day. So inside the mobile app, which you'll see in a second, workers had the option to send notes, pictures, and accelerometer and GPS data up to our cloud service in Heroku. And then in a management console, you can see all of that data and take action on it, whether you think it's important or not. So we have the ability to filter based on what type of note it was. Maybe you only want to see injuries. Maybe you want to see issues. Maybe you want to see notes. If you zoom in here, let's say that I heard out in the field that people were having trouble around this area with electrical equipment. We can click on that issue, scroll down and see, oh, somebody reported a cable as being frayed in that area. And so now we have actionable insight in how to fix the job site. We can show the mobile app in real time here and show you how that capture process happened.
Alright, just 1 second.
And it's the best way that we could find to display an Android device onto the screen, making it better. Feeling a little scratchy.
Alright, so the connectivity with this is a little flaky, so I'm going to try to check through it. Okay, there you go. Alright, so we built this mobile lab. Can you bring up the screen?
Yeah.
So it's called Gains. Essentially gets your GPS coordinates. You can take a quick picture. And then it's going to say it's a general issue. We can dictate some voice. This is the AEC Hackathon. Yeah, maybe. And then we submit it back up to the server, and then you'll see an update on the server.
So this is where things get cool, because if you have some management console where somebody's watching these reports come in live, does it here? Maybe it's not. Wow. Okay, well. So what this web service does is it recognizes that a new notification has happened, pops down a screen that says new notification, and then you click on it and you can take action. So if you try to submit a new one.
Yeah. But it has to happen, of course, right? Or else it wouldn't.
That's why it's a hackathon and not a conference.
Yeah.
So while they get that set up, any questions so far from the judges?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
How long ago, is this something you just started this weekend, or is it part of a previous project?
We started from scratch this weekend with blank code on Android, JavaScript, and Django.
Okay, so on Friday, did you already kind of say, okay, this is what we're going to do, or were you also trying to figure out what you wanted to do on Friday as well?
We started thinking about what we wanted to do Friday and decided Saturday morning when we wanted to start on.
Yeah, pretty much most of the definition happened Saturday morning.
Cool.
RMBX, is that the name of your company or your group? I missed that part.
Rhumbix is the name of the company, RHUMBIX. Okay, so you can see there's a new notification here. And what's really cool here is that if somebody's sitting there watching these reports come in live, they can click on it, see the new notification, and then scroll down, and you can see the picture and all the relevant information right there. So if somebody gets injured on the job site, or they see some hazardous piece of material lying around, they can take a quick picture. They have the GPS location of where it is, the weather conditions. You know, they can take the appropriate action based on it. So yeah.
So at the same time though, as the Android app is running, we're gathering sensor data, so accelerometer, gyrometer, aside from the GPS, and posting that back up to the server every 10 seconds or so. And I believe we sample the sensor data, what, maybe 20 hertz, I think, right now, or 10 hertz, and we can even increase that to potentially even try to predict the type of work that the person's taking. If it's very repetitive, something like laying rebar or even hammering, we can label that data set and do some predictions of potentially through machine learning on what that person was doing. So if that person was injured, we can kind of pair all this data and try to figure out how to prevent that in the future, or even improve team dynamics, or do better estimating over the course of a project.
So we have a quick demo here. So,
You can drag that over if you want, but this is basically a 3D plot of the shaking the phone while it was recording earlier today, and then all of this accelerometer and gyrometer data is stored in the back end. And this is just the way to visualize it.
So I think one great thing that we thought about as we got introed into the AEC Hackathon was all this technology that we heard everyone talk about. So VR, Project Tango, and some of these other really cool type of things was potentially to be able to plot this on a BIM, right? And I don't know, maybe we can stick a VR helmet on someone and they can kind of go through the geotags that we're already plotting. Maybe we can plot that on a 3D model, and someone can kind of replay at exactly what happened at a given point in time. So that would be an awesome next step, potentially something that we could investigate and even go forward with. I definitely don't know if that's doable by Monday though. So, yeah, Don, did you want to show something else?
Great. All right, thanks, guys.